Hello, today is 14/3/2023. There's a rotifer pooping there. But today is Pi Day because if you write your dates as month, day, year, it's currently 3/14/2023. That's the American way and Canadian way, by the way. 3.14 is the first three digits of the decimal approximation of pi. We all probably know what pi is. But some people will argue that today is not actually Pi Day, and that would be 22/7, because that is the approximation of pi as a fraction. But most of the world celebrates it today. But last year, what I did on Pi Day 2022 was look at round organisms. So today I'll be doing the same thing. This is Synura, or a species of Synura. It is not round, but if you were to take the mean of every point, as long as you're taking it from this field of view we have now, just this cross section, it would be pretty round, since that would be a constant, obviously. But these aren't perfectly round, and they're also not spherical, as once you put it under a scanning electron microscope, they don't even look close to circles, so I needed to find another organism that was also somewhat circular. Also, some people say that we should be celebrating Tau Day instead of Pi Day, but I'm not going to celebrate Tau Day. But I ended up finding a much more round organism. This organism under there, I haven't focused on it yet, but this is Trachylomonas sp. It's a type of golden algae. It's very round. And some species under SEMs are actually almost perfectly circular. The equation for a sphere, of course, is r cubed pi. That'll give you the volume. And that is because all the measurements from the center to the outsides are the same. That's why we don't use things like height unless you write like a really weird formula that's also used. But next to this Trachylomonas, there is actually a little tiny amoeba. Here's that Synura again, and here you can see that it's not really a circle. But I'm sorry I didn't spend like 2 hours looking for Coscinodiscus. So this Pi Day is not really as special as the other ones were. When I took my marine samples, I didn't use a small enough plankton net in order to actually get phytoplankton. So I don't have any. And there's little pieces of Spirella going by, which is a type of prokaryote. That's how much magnification this is. But it ended up looking fine with the exposure of the camera. But I believe they have two flagella, and those were two tiny little amoebas that were also very round testate amoebas. If you look closely, you can actually see the small chloroplasts. Those, of course, got there through endosymbiosis. If you want to know more about like how the chloroplasts formed, you can just look up endosymbiosis theory, because that was to prove how chloroplasts evolved just like mitochondria did as other organisms taken into one organism that eventually evolved to help its nuclear processes by providing proteins, but mostly sugars like glucose. So chloroplasts are essentially just very evolved endosymbiotic algae like you'd see in Stentor polymorphus, for example, or Paramecium bursaria. There was another one going by there. But anyways, bye, and happy Pi Day 2023.